Welcome on back and gather round, gang. It's time for some more Total War Warhammer 3. We are back for another legendary early game campaign guide with Skarbrand the Exile, the last in our Monogod quadrilogy. Next up, we are going to go ahead and get a guide going for Kevin/Daniel the Demon Prince and the two ogres, and then we'll be all done for the Warhammer 3 base game campaign. So let me know in the comments what you would like to see us cover. When we're all done there, I've had a couple of requests for Khalida, which I'm not very excited about. Hers is much more of a slow, kind of build up a horde style campaign, which is not necessarily my favorite style. So that's going to be a tough puzzle for us to figure out, and I can't wait. So here today, though, we are playing as Skarbrand. And actually, real quick, if you've been enjoying these campaign guides, please do remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub though if you haven't already. It helps the channel out. I appreciate it a ton. And also, actually, there's a new hype button down there as well. If you have any hype left in your system, slam that button like a Khorne-infused maniac, and get my videos out there to more. I really appreciate it. For Skarbrand's starting army, we have a couple of Khorne Chaos Warriors, our honestly very bitey anvil to our hammer. It's good. They've got really good armor, and then, like all Chaos Warriors of Khorne, or just all Warriors of Khorne that are marked in general, they've got Frenzy, so 10 additional melee attack. They'll be landing their attacks far more often, hitting harder when they do so, and they'll be immune to psychology as long as their leadership remains higher than half. It is fantastic. All of your Khorne warriors, because of the mark, are going to have Frenzy as a passive, increased spell resistance, increased armor, but reduced melee defense, because they don't care about defending themselves. Hit me. You won't. If you don't kill me, you are doomed. 35% spell resistance is pretty nice, too. We've got 3 sets of Bloodletters, which are very good Greatsword Demons. Solid stats, really good bonus versus infantry at 9, and they've got armor piercing damage. They are fantastic. And because they're demons, they've got resistance as well as armor, being Khorne demons. And lastly, we've got some Khorne dogs. They're very fast, good at disrupting archers, and as long as someone's not paying attention to them, because they have high melee attack with Frenzy, they actually deal a fair bit of damage. The second someone notices they're there, they tend to get drop-kicked straight into the history books. As for our puzzle pieces that make Khorne's faction, or I guess Skarbrand's faction, his, we'll have less relations with all Khornic factions, which we don't care about. Armies are going to replenish in foreign territory, which is so insanely good. All of our characters will have more Khorne corruption, so the world is going to bleed much faster. Blood hosts will take attrition slower. Our blood hosts will have more units on creation, which is really good. We'll lean into this right off the bat. Skarbrand's Lord effects are going to be buffing up mainly Bloodthirsters and Soul Grinders, giving them a heal as long as they're in combat, and 20% less upkeep. We'll want lots of these very strong Khorne demons. We also get more skulls from kills by 30%, which is insanely good, and Rage Embodied, which allows Skarbrand to cause units to rampage, where enemies are going to lose control of them. This is really solid for getting an opening move on your opponents, where Skarbrand charges in, and then you kick the rampage in. They all are kind of forced to turn around and look at Skarbrand because of rampage, and then they get stabbed in the back by a greatsword. Really potent. As for our settings, we are playing on a legendary very hard of force, with AI stats modifier set to neutral. No cheats for you outside of what you normally get natural. That's our campaign. Let's get to dismantling it. Well, I guess before we do, you'll notice that this is unavailable currently. That's because I've deactivated all of the Khorne-based DLC. We are playing as a base game Khorne for this guide, so if you have any DLC units in Omens of Destruction or Champions of Chaos that you'd like to sub in the place of what I use here today, feel free to do so, and you're going to probably do an even better job than we do. Let's get to it.
Throughout this land in a tide of blood, Khorne commands it.
Indeed. Now, I wouldn't necessarily consider Skarbrand's campaign difficult in the late game. His difficulty all comes in the early game, where everyone hates him and tends to declare war and try to take out your main capital very early on. And once you lose it, you don't really have an economy to actually sustain your troops anymore, so it's just one of those things you want to keep an eye on. Can he migrate very easily? Yes, but you want to make sure you have another settlement, such as Galbaraz up here, which we are going to be beelining towards maybe early on. I will be operating under the assumption that you've at least played a single Khorne campaign, and at least played a campaign of Total War, so you know what's going on at least a little bit. That way I can keep this guide geared towards Legendary. One of the things you'll want to keep in mind right off the bat is that all your troops are going to have 4 less leadership than normal. It doesn't show it here, but as soon as you get in the battle, it does take an effect. And then you have 8 less Public Order, which does not really affect your Chaos Aligned factions so much because they're different corruption type. Do a lot towards maintaining control, so that's good stuff. With Scarbrand right off the bat here, we're actually going to come onto our Skull Throne, and we've got some good options. You got Khorne Corruption, you've got more income from post-battle loot, which is going to be a really good one, probably for our second activation. You got Summon from Beyond, which used to be the only thing the Skull Throne did. I think it was Summon from Beyond and then like one other positive. We are going to go ahead and pick up Blood Ex Nihilo, Bleached Bones. This will give us even more units, so 4 total extra units for our next Blood Host. If we roll well, we'll get some really solid stuff. And that just gives us more options. First battle against Sneak Armbreaker has an opportunity to lose lots of your warriors. Fighting against Savage Orcs early on is a good tool for Scarbrand. So let's get to showing you how to use the Blood Red Angry Boy. Right then, for some of your Khorne armies, you're going to want to set up with your warriors up front to take the brunt of your enemy's charge. Yeah, and then you're going to want to have your Bloodletters a little ways behind, because they're much faster than your Khorne Chaos Warriors, who move, honestly, extremely slowly. They're basically the same as your Warriors of the Dwarfs, or just your Dwarf Heavy Armor in general. They're really slow. Something like this works rather well. So what we're going to do is we're going to have... They're going to be more or less hemmed in with their boar boys. We'll want to keep Scarbrand kind of close to the army. That way when we hit Rampage, everyone is drawn to him, and then the warriors can crash in behind and get all that high melee attack to good work. That's the idea. Let's put it to effect. Now you both need to run. Warhounds are actually pretty solid at running down the boar boys when they're already engaged in melee because they have such low melee defense naturally. Speed things up as we get closer, and then Scarbrand's job is going to be not necessarily killing this boss, it's really just going to be killing the boar boys first, then circling to the boss. Alright, so warriors charge here and here. Bloodletters are going to cut through. Getting a little too far ahead. Slow down, Bloodletters, slow down. Alright, they're actually coming out to meet. So let's draw them back in a little bit here. Scarbrand also acts kind of like a chariot, where you want to have him attack through a unit, so like so. Have them all turn around, warriors charge. Right in. Let's be cagey with the hounds. Charge these boars. And they're already completely dismayed. It's dismayed in disarray. That's the word I was looking for. I mean, I'd just be dismayed too with a story tall, muscle-bound, armor-clad monster. Oh, the hounds were not supposed to necessarily charge in yet. What the heck? Gave them the attack order way too soon. Well, that's gonna get a lot of them killed for no reason. Wouldn't be a wizard guide if things didn't go kind of wonky right off the bat. Well, that's no good. And yeah, they fight well, but you don't want them to be leading the charge. Here, Warhounds, you cut through. And actually, the Savage Orc Air Boys will fight pretty well, so we're not going to go after them at all. Not with the Warhounds that are that wounded. They're going to run down these poor boys, we don't have to worry about them coming back. Dude of Death. And Scarbrand can chase off the rest of this rabble. These guys are coming back. You turn around and catch them. Scarbrand go kill the Lord, and we'll make sure we are catching those returning poor boys too. As long as they get return charged, they get stomped. There's the Wah. I guess their second Wah. For all the good it does for them. Bloodletter's turn. I guess they need to fight these orcs here right in front of them. Hit them before they leave the trees. You get your debuff. Dragged off the back of a piggy, pretty simply. Battle Pigs versus Roid Rage and Khorne. And it doesn't go very well for him, does it? I would have liked to have lost less Warhounds, but that's alright. 62 falling for the first fight is not bad against Savage Orcs. They are a nasty combatant. I didn't have to lose as many towns, but, you know. Stomp them out. Go ahead and select Slaughterer's Bride for our first technology. In fact, we're just going to come on through and grab Rage Within right off the bat. Leadership and melee attack for our melee infantry is fantastic. It buffs them a lot all at once, too. Alright, Talisman of Endurance, definitely for Scarbrand. He's already got it good. We'll give him a Route Marcher and Zakroska as well. Capture the settlement. What do you mean? We're here to burn it to the ground. This is much the same battle as what we just fought, so we are going to treat it like an auto-resolve. You don't really have to try too hard. You send in the Chaos Warriors of Khorne, you let Scarbrand rampage everyone, and then the Bloodletters crash in at the very end. Your waves are Scarbrand, Chaos Warriors, and the Blood Reaper, and then Bloodletters, and you should easily kill these guys, losing almost none. Catch you in a second. One axe swing and a dropkick later, and that is a decisive victory. We are going to go ahead and just steal your blood now. Sorry. Nothing personal. Scarlet Legion is... Oh, we get 2 cannons. That is lovely to see. We're just going to go ahead and move up this way. Inspiring Presence for old Scarby, and then Brutal Charge for Zakroska. Our first lord shall be our Kevin. We next then are going to grab the Eternal War and Holy Manifestation, some of the small hostile army that's going to attack us immediately. And because it's full of Khornate demons, you need to fight this one. The whole reason we're going for this is more replenishment rate, more Khornate corruption, and it gives us more global recruitment reduction too later on. 40%, 10% more replenishment, 6 more Khorne corruption, and 2 less turns of global recruitment. Allows us to get those soul grinders and things in even a field. It's so good. But let's teach you how to deal with Khornate armies first, because these are quite a doozy. So the auto deploy put us in the corner, huh? I'm not sure what's going on there, but it's incorrect. How we'll do this is we'll have these 2 warriors here, Scarbrand in the center to charge right through them like a war elephant. Zakroska behind him, and then our 3 Bloodletters. Kind of swarm in. And then you don't want to have your Chaos Warhounds do anything against Bloodletters, because they will literally just die, even if they're rear charging. Something to avoid when you can help it. Scarbrand walk. We'll speed this up as they get a lot closer. And then, alright, that sounds... It's almost... You know, Blood Reaper, we probably want to keep you back. You're a little bit damaged. Attack here. How did they go invisible? Impressive. Sneaky Bloodletters. Rampage. Oh, I didn't get all of them. Okay, well that's a little bit too bad. You switch your targets fast with Scarbrand, just blend through them, and keep him charging around like the magical chariot he is. Keep singing the old Doot Doot of Death. Chop him in half, Scarbrand. Even this low health, you really don't want to bring your Khornehounds in, they'll just die. They're disappointing, but that's just the way they are. What's not disappointing is Scarbrand. You get on out of here. Scarbrand, come charging through these Bloodletters, please. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Now the Hounds can charge as they're disintegrating away. And that's how you deal with Khorne. That was easy, wizard. Alright, well, let's see you do it. Easy though it might have been, Bloodletters can still deal quite a bit of damage if you are not paying attention. I would like the replenishment if it was more than nothing. we're going to go ahead and take the extra skulls, because there are lots of ancillaries associated. Didn't get them this time, let's go ahead and keep moving. And then we will demonic portal it up, and grab 2 flesh hounds of Khorne and 1 more set of bloodletters. And then we'll go for Blood Feast, that way we're replenishing even more. Run fights well enough, you don't have to worry about him. Trophy racks are interesting, but we do want to just pick up the War Amphitheater here. That way, we can grow as quickly as we can there in the Death Gorge and get some walls so we can defend ourselves. We're probably not going to come back ever.
You listen to Quick, yes? I have the best words.
You do, don't you?
Right, yes.
I will take an Aggression Pact, that way I don't have to deal with being stabbed in the back by a glowing warpstone dagger later on. Ow. Fantastic. Turn 2 for old Scarby, and we are going to grab him and go into Mars stance and just go right on through. He'll deal with Malachor soon, but he'll move out of this like a current arc, it'll be easier. Mash is our current target. He'll recruit some troops, and he'll think Scorbrand is a lovely, easy mark, and he will definitely not be. Then once we claim Galbaraz, we can pick up the old Ancient Boneyard for some golds and skulls, and extra skulls gained from all kills. That's 10% more. 40% total for Scorbrand. Alright, so funnily enough, every single time I've done this in testing, they have attacked me there. And I've done this a couple times, so 1 out of 5, they won't attack you and they'll just keep building up. So this will be a scarier fight. Let's go ahead. Grab Mainfrold Zack. And then, yeah, we don't have too many troops here. It'd be great if we had a few more.
Not for all that's safe in the world.
Not for all the teeth in the world. That's alright, we'll handle it. We're just gonna come out of it a little bit more bloodied. Scarlet Legion shall march on Gorgazon, and likely it's gonna be mean with the auto-resolve. Even if it says decisive, you shouldn't trust it. In the early game, any of your demonic factions are gonna struggle really, really hard in auto-resolves until they get some veterancy and some skills from your research. So we'll fight this one, act like it's an auto-resolve on our side though. You know how to deal with this one. Let your skull cannons blast away, and when they run out of ammo, you charge them in with the bloodletters right behind them, screaming in for skulls. Nice and simple. And under no circumstances would auto-resolve give you only 2 losses there, because you're not Oxyonal. Sorry. Just the way it works. We are going to go ahead and burn and pillage. Skulls with the Skull Throne. Recoup a little bit of the skulls that these guys cost us in the first place. The Scarlet Legion here. Fleshhound Handler, that should go to Zakroska. Make it cheaper for us to recruit them. And then, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and surround Galbaraz. Not allow Mash One Finger to do any more recruiting. It's gonna give us a valiant defeat. That is a lot of orcs all in one spot. That is, in fact, quite dangerous. What I am going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and continue the siege. Doesn't have the Troll Cave, and as long as we don't allow him to do anything, when do we start diminishing? 2 turns, so no problem whatsoever. Slows us down a little bit because he didn't decide to attack us there. But that's okay, we just need to pivot. Scarlet Legion, can you move any further? And the answer is no. Alright, and when they sally out, we can win at the expense of 2 bloodletters. You know what? That's not a bad trade. I don't consider the Khorne doggies a unit at all, so we're gonna go ahead and accept that. Kills all of them, and we are actually going to go ahead and occupy Galbaraz. Yes, a blood shrine. Numos has been wiped out. That does set us back in terms of units, but that's okay. Scarlet Legion. You march on Stormhenge. You can't raid into Stormhenge, which is too bad. We'll simply go blow it up. We did gain some skills. I'm going to snag 2 into Blood Feast there. That is a total of 6% more replenishment. More mobility, and that's all you get there, Zach. So then we march towards Grunty Mingle. We do get to replenish in enemy territory.
Stomp onward.
The same amount. 6 or 6. Okay, so we'll just stay as far as we can go. Come into global again, and we shall pick up 2 bloodletters, 1 more Flushhound. Replace those we lost. The normal Khorne hounds are pretty trash comparatively to the Flushhounds, no matter what they might want you to believe. I'm thinking replenishment is the call here. Replenishment and growth. And then next we can pick up Devotion's Tithe or Wound in the World. We'll go ahead and wait. We'll save. Not Khorne Corruption. That's not needed right now. We need to conquer territory.
The drink of blood.
That is the main goal. Alright, on the next turn, they actually decided to defend with the Luggan here at Stormhenge. Sometimes he comes back here to Grunty Mingle. Either way, it's not a problem. Full march on Grunty Mingle.
An outrage to
I mean, I don't know why you're telling me this, but apparently it is an outrage. We will pick up the Wound in the World.
blood for the blood god. It is the only way.
Send 8,000 skulls to the throne. And before we attack Grunty Mingle, because I want to create another blood host here, we are going to use the Scarlet Legion to destroy Stormhenge. And you know what? We could give this one to the auto-resolve, but that'd be lazy, and plus, we can do much better and keep this army intact and send them down south, which is what we want to do. Wizard, I said attack. Kill them all. We also have one thing these savage dogs don't, and that's strategy. Let's do this. But again, I'm going to have my entire squad move forward. Cannons, you are going to try to blast into these 4 boys first. I think we're going to have a hill no matter what. You know what? Let's move in, let them take their own shots, and then we'll have them get direct orders. But we want to try to fight the orcs between this great big pillar and these bones. That's the idea. That one splashed a little bit too soon. Alright, let's wait. No fire at will. Only good shots. And the reason we're going to shoot at the same is because they have kind of vortexes now, which are fantastic. As long as they actually hit. Low accuracy for sure on your skull cannons. There it is. They take random pot shots. Neither of them actually splashing. Our opponent may not be willing to work with us here. We'll see. Shouldn't be surprising. Are they shooting without shooting? They're missing everything they're going for here. A little bit too short. Which is an absolute travesty. Skull cannons are a roll of the dice for sure. That would splash right in the middle. Well done. A smart lord would be shooting gates with more cannons, but he's not. Which I am very happy to see. Oh, one of them went way over the top. Rip some up close. Weaken these orcs. Or miss horribly. Give it the business, go. How did you both miss again? Man, they're impressive. Impressively bad, our skull cannons. Well, what's good about them is they can replenish ammo, so we'll try not to hold it against them too much. Rotate, that's not a bad shot. Hit 2 pretty solid units, hit these bacons if you can. How much ammo do you have left? 3 shots each. It's not bad. The fact that the ammunition is magical is very nice. It's around all of the orcs' resistances. Excellent. I'll fall back one more time. They're in all kinds of disarray here. Those archers aren't moving. Turn a rip shot. Same thing here. Alright, out of ammo. That one completely whiffed. Well done, well done. And they are mooching. They're moving on in now. You have any ammunition left? No, they're both out. Both plumb out. Alright, the skirmishers are going forward to disrupt us, huh? That seems like a really bad idea, I can't lie. Do some dodging if you can. But everyone else, let's go ahead and start moving in. Dodge that, please. Thank you kindly. Now, I see what you clowns are up to. No worries. How about a squad of bloodletters appears in your line? How about that? Cannons, come on back. Keep trying to lure their troops in, same way they're doing to you. You go and help these bloodletters. Bloodletter Supreme. Send you all then together. Exalted Bloodletters, you move. And they want to charge you down. It's not actually going to go as well for them as they probably think. I mean, we take a good bit of damage there. Fair enough. Rip back through. Just keep moving. Kill for Khorne. Let's go ahead and fight. There's a flank here. Bite into it. We lost a unit. I think that's the squad we summoned, though, so it's not a problem. Khorne. So dangerous they are. They are going to beat you in a melee. It doesn't... Not a matter of if, it's a matter of they are. They get the wall active. Take out these savage orcs here. Now we just move as one big blob of doom. Fleshhounds, go nom nom on your favorite chew toy, a mage. Speed things up as our opponent just gets ripped into pieces. More bloodletters back here. Yeah, you poor orcs. And that's what we call a wrap. Another solid win, only 91 loss. So much better than the other result would have done. And then we will go ahead and turn this into skulls as well. Thank you kindly. Now this entire province is going to have high chance of just falling to Khorne as long as the Bretonians don't come over to claim it, which they sometimes do. When factions see, I don't think we can trust the other results. Let's just oof the brutality. We lost half of our army. All right, well let's go ahead and set up another blood host. D&D, the top knots have been entirely wiped out. So now we switch back into the demonic portal. We're still building up winds of magic. All sorts of good stuff here. And then we'll go ahead and grab the Call to Bloodletting. Keep moving down our blue line. Maim for Zek. Still not time to pick up another lord, but it will be soon. We use our Khorne's Gaze and Holy Manifestation to get around the you can't settle this here at Gorkazon so we can pick up some iron. Iron for all armaments. We will rebuild this as a soul keep. That way we have options. And then once we get our Grumigdal, which is our quest, we'll put that in as the Dimensional Tear. Gerbrand lost enough of his bloodletting, we can't get our troops in a single turn, which is really unfortunate, so we just have to... Well, we just have to get back up here to Galbaraz, truthfully. So you know what, since we can't replenish, or can't recruit more troops, we're gonna march, because our next target is going to be the Beastmen. On our 6th turn, a Grumigdal falls to chaos. The Cult of Khorne is too strong. We don't necessarily want to worry about upgrading these settlements too much, you just kind of want to give them the base growth buildings and move on. For Khorne, we'll go ahead and spill blood to get our corruption up to 100 as fast as we can. And we've got Warborn, recruitment cost reduction, and rank for infantry units. Pretty dang nice. Unfortunately, our bloodletting is going to decay. That's just the way it is sometimes. We're going to go ahead and grab a couple more bloodletters. And then the Bone Eaters we are going to send up towards the Dragonhorn mines. They're never even going to see us coming. Trespassing will have consequences. I'm not really concerned with consequences. Then the Scarlet Legion, we are going to have them march down to see what Kimri's up to. He's claimed Numas. Yeah, we'll march down to see what Kimri's up to. Cetra will be an excellent defeat trait to pick up. Not on the Scarlet Legion, but yes on Scarbrand. We'll go ahead and combine up our 2 items to get something better. We get a Potion of Healing, which is indeed better. Ward save and heals. Stormhinge is the next settlement drawn to destruction. Fantastic. Might as well pop in the Soul Keep there. Scarbrand can reach the Kernarch. There's no one there. Well, I guess we might as well hit it this turn then, huh? Same thing up here at the Dragonhorn Mines. We are the menace the world deserves. Destroy. Not happening, huh? This battle we can hand to the auto-resolve and lose. This is why you don't auto-resolve. Look at that. Ridiculous. Goblins can't fight bloodletters. But that would have you believe they can. Burn your stuff. Find these 2 letters and these as well. Get as many troops as we can. I don't think we'll lose, but it'll allow us to do even more damage. I have no reason to play the part of mercenary. We're here to kill everyone. Hello there, Malagor. I guarantee you, you do not have enough defenses. Pyrrhic victory. Beef's back on the menu. Alright, no need for anything fancy. Let's do this. We send Scarbrand and his hero in, and then everyone else can follow them into battle. No Strider on your Fleshhound, so let's keep them out of large areas that would bog down large entities. Alright, Scarbrand, what do you spy? Probably a few Ungor, right? Put George right into him. These poor goats. Nearly called them piggies. They might as well be. There's your Ungor herd. Let's just quick diversion and then charge through them. Oh, it didn't do the blend like I expected it to. Alright, that's fine. Go through like this. There it is. That's the good charge. We still have our bloodletters from below to send in. Help out against the Ungor. That should be a pretty easy route. His name is Word. Not for long. Scarbrand can rip and tear through here nice and easily. Let's rampage them so they can't decide where to go. Throw in some bloodletters. Flesh Hounds don't tend to like a frontal charge with spears. Rip them. I'm not really sure what you guys are doing, but you're ripping them apart rather oddly. Turn around bloodletters and kill these Gord. Flesh Hounds, go ahead and switch sides. Let the bloodletters take your place. Scarbrand tear right through. Yeah, they're trying to go around. It's messing up their pathing. Kill the Ungor. Off your heels there, Scarbrand. Let's go ahead and knock out these Ungor herd. Nice and simple like. Charge pack into Word, and you hit these Ungor herd. Rather not lose any troops. Let's quickly route these Gore here. Scarbrand, you go help. Weirdness going on here for sure. Kill them. We are losing a few. Thank goodness the armored warriors are here. Your bloodletters, you fall back just a bit. Let the Khorne warriors take your place. And then you two just charge here. With relish. Come on, gang, you got this. Scarbrand scared them off nicely. As long as we don't lose any of the bloodletters, we're good. Yeah, give them the too angry to die. Rampage. Warriors. Oh, I messed that up bad. Dogs, let's go ahead and move out of combat there, and then we'll drop in some more bloodletters right here. Seems like a pretty decent spot. Kill these Ungor spears. All of my battle hounds go nom nom on these spear herd as well.
Yes. It is done. I obey.
Get Scarbrand away so I can get another brutal charge. Huge chunks of the health bar go away. Let them keep fighting that out. Bloodletters go around. There's no way they'll be able to do so here. They're nice and scared off. Scarbrand, you go help. And that is a herd stone handled. Our summon unit's gone. Come on, Scarbrand, hustle. Rampage, he can come charging through. Random squad of Gore. Go kill them. Well, this is a foregone conclusion. I'll catch you all back on the campaign map. I would have liked to have not lost 100, but it'll have to do. 500 skulls is great. And a relic sword. Alright, we are going to go ahead and sack the settlement. We can use the replenishment and the extra gold. I don't necessarily know where Malagor is, and he might just go to attack the Death Gorge, which I would prefer we don't lose. Fleet-footed is Wayfarer. Wayfarer tends to win out. Weakness to fire damage, that is way better. Huntmaster Khorne, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Gonna take attrition because of... what, vampire corruption? Gotta get the demonic portal up, or we can... well, we don't have the skulls for the Khorne, sadly. Well, let's just go into encamp stance here. We aren't gonna get any replenishment, which is terrible, truthfully. We'll merge these together. And, oh, it's still gonna take 2 turns. That inactive bloodletting is just the worst. But we'll farm it up a little bit here on the Khorne. Brutal Dodge, not yet. Next we'll grab Unholy Resilience. Yes, it's not gonna work out right now. But I've said a couple times, Skarbrand is fine on his own in terms of melee. We will make him a better commander. There's no one in Kimry. Well, we could use it as a punching bag. I just have to watch to see who starts winning. Clan Moore starts to conquer the mountains. We will eventually betray them. But we want to make sure we have a pretty solid, at least second army before you do so. Skarbrand's victory conditions are so very simple. It is just win the Slaughter and Carnage quest battle, which is nice and easy. And then take out 30 settlements. And then you get a chainsword. So, one of the best victory condition rewards in the entire game. Skarbrand's fantastic. And you can do whatever you want. Makes his campaign actually fairly easy. Once you get kind of your first few enemies under control. Huntmaster Khorne, we shall go ahead and pick up a few more Chaos Warriors. Good for an armored front line. Recruitment cost reduction for Marauders, Chaos Warriors, and armor for all armies. Really good in the late game. Yeah, let's grab it. And I don't want to upgrade the Soul Keep here. We're going to wait to upgrade a Death Gorge directly. Oh, that's the idea. Alright, turn 8, and the defenders of Ekrend decided they are too weak to fight the Bone Eaters. Oh, well, that's a lot. Let's go ahead and... there's no way to get away from him. That's too bad. We'll go ahead and go to March. See if we can get far enough away from them that they can't both attack us. We can probably do a fair bit of damage to one of the armies, but to both of them, that's going to be a tough one. Alright, we'll just go ahead and hit the Khorne again. I'd like to go around this way, though. Burn the floating village. I'm gonna do the same to your settlement, buddy, don't worry. So, around and then back in. This auto-resolve isn't gonna be kind, is it? That's so dumb. Oh well. Let's go ahead and... it's replenishment, so we're gonna sack them. Come on, back this way to kind of draw Malagor over. Go into that portal and camp. Not really sure why we're not replenishing. Because it's in foreign territory. CA, come on now. It's the only thing that this army has going for it. You can't break it that easily. Yeah, that's so goofy. Poor Khorne. Well, we at least get our single turn recruitment. We're gonna grab one more Chaos Warrior and then Fleshhound up to 4 and more Bloodletters. The Scarlet Legion is going to divert back to help Scarbrand in the fight against Malagor, and we'll have to see where he shows up at. Very likely he's going to attack the Death Gorge, and I think we've got the troops to hold him off, so we'll see. Relentless Advance is even more chance for demons to come back. Let's pick up the upkeep reduction. We should be replenishing here, but bugs, unfortunately. We'll just go more growth here with the War Amphitheater. Mixture of growth and replenishment is very nice. I think we'll go ahead and combine these two letters and just get as intact as possible in case Malagor comes across. Replacing troops is no big deal. I would also like to make sure we have enough skulls to settle. I guess Morgheim's the goal, isn't it? Up here. Unfortunate to get around in here for sure, in the floating village. And look at that, we've captured 2 provinces, 800 more favor and 200 more skulls. And Malagor has decided just to appear up in the north. Is he going to... Just goes to attack Galbraz. Oh yeah, that's annoying. Locus of Fury. Abjuration. Or Wrath. 40 more melee attack. This one was charge bonus weapon damage. Let's go Locus of Wrath. 40 more melee attack? That is almost guaranteeing a hit. And you're just gonna be annoying. That's not cool, bud. It's not cool at all. I'm gonna have... Oh, Draska's just running away. We can try to get in. I wish we didn't take attrition from vampiric areas as the demons. Seems kind of goofy. And what's this army doing? They're at war and he's going... Where? Who knows? Who knows? Malagor's army is mostly intact, Scarbrand is not. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to move in and sack the Khorne again. How many of my units is the auto-resolve gonna kill? A ton. So we're not auto-resolving it, we're just gonna fight it. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna fall back into our territory to heal. And this is why you don't trust auto-resolve even for science. Even though we gotta do it for the video, but still. You lose 10 as opposed to 150? Good grief. I don't know how they calculate that out, but that feels incredibly wrong. You know what we're gonna do? Hey, look, Malagor, a whole army for you to fight. Death Singer. Regeneration Frenzy, Death Blow. That's a pretty scary combo. You're taking attrition immediately. Oh, go into your demonic portal to stay safe. Scarbrand, do we get to replenish yet? No, because we're in foreign territory. Born forbid. To Agru Migdal, where we shall start grabbing more units. These Furies are very cheap. They're going to grab 4 of them. Not through Global though, because good grief, that's expensive. And the Reapers are going to delay Malagor. Is he going to still go hit Galbraz? Probably. Oh, the struggles of being Khorne sometimes. While you do great in melee, everyone does hate you for a reason. Harold, you might as well come join us. Not stop. Just spread the corruption, and we'll try to get into more time while the undead aren't paying attention. The Ghoul King might try to settle the Khorne now that he can. We'll see. Oh, Malagor has the Skaven ambush stance. I didn't... Oh no, the Beastmen do this in general, that's fair. I kind of forgot about that. Well, let's see how much damage we can do to this ambushing force. Of all the armies to ambush, Khorne is kind of the scariest one. Let's see what you guys got. Oh, there you are. Let's get moving. Bloodletters charge. Flyers kill these Furies. That shouldn't be a hard ask. Rip them apart. Right, Furies versus Harpies is not a fight. All those Warhounds. You thought you were going to fight me. Khorne is going to brutalize you. And let's get moving in towards these archers. The Harpies are running for their worthless lives. Let's surround and kill this Manticore next. Keep moving through. Yield Dude of Death. Oh, we've been surrounded. Manticore is just about gone. Let's go ahead and drop in and kill these Ungor. Let's keep you away from that giant. Colrock Stoneheart, huh? No thanks, bud. Alright, go chase Malagor down. Other hounds, get out of there. The 4 Furies should easily kill Malagor. Gotta get away from the giant. Come on, buddy. Go maul that Manticore. Who needs too angry to die? Any of our Bloodletters, pretty much. Rip and tear. Corn dogs, how can we handle this? You back there and take out those Ungor Raiders. Malagor is fleeing for the hills. Worthless how he is. Oh, good grief. Turns out tree trunks hurt. Without your leader, what hope do you really have? I mean, ours is gone too, but we're demons. I think we'll be fine. The corn dogs away from the fight. Drop the Furies in as one swarm. They did end up losing because that Manticore came back. Unfortunate. Also, the fact that Malagor is not dead means he will also be back soon. Kill them quick and in a hurry. Do you see how brutally effective the Khorne Furies are? Impressive. Oh, Malagor's back. Go get him. Bloodletter's behind. I need someone to go chase Malagor. Stay away from the giant. Keep cutting through here. All Furies. Hunt down Malagor. You go get those archers. The Doom Bull and the Giant are both problems for sure. For sure. Get the charge, too angry to die here. And Malagor's gone. He should be shattered after that. Our Furies are too, though. Rip and tear, rip and tear. Alright, Malagor's gone. Scare off these spearmen. And from there, we should be able to just focus the Bloodletters fully on the Stone-Haunted. Acco Crack. Unfortunate name. For an unfortunate man. Bull. They should be able to knock them off their feet, too. Run them down. If we manage to kill Malagor with this army, that would be hilarious. And I think we might. Right back in there and knock that bull over again. Just talking smack about your mama. Big Mama Khorne. That back. Anything that shattered is no longer a threat. Furies, I don't mind you dropping in and tear a little bit of flesh off this Minotaur. And the Doom Bull's getting ready to run. I can't believe how much leadership the Giants have. I'm sorry, what? The beings that are perpetually in agony because they're basically Sky Titan Habsburgs, really. They're always... I guess the being drunk gives them a lot of extra courage, doesn't it? We win. Ambush us, will ya? Absolutely hilarious, but masterful work, Wrathful Reapers. Oh, he gets to come back from the dead. Pops back in after failing Khorne. Sometimes that's how it be. Oh, look at all those skulls. Look at all that tribute. Look at all those skulls. Tzeentch is ascendant, huh? Seems like falsities to me. Grizguts is chasing our Bone Eaters Part 2 down, which is fine. We've got the Crow Reaver on the Wrathful. There's really not much to them, is there? They did not take long to react. That's hilarious. Scarbrand. We need to hustle and go kill some orcs. They think they're funny. Rage Within has been researched. Extra leadership and melee attack for melee infantry, which is pretty much all we've got. Next, we want to start actually upgrading our pillars, our economy, and our kind of faction on the campaign map as a whole. So Gift of Defiance gives us more post-battle loot. Excellent. More fuel. Bone Eaters, do you think we could win this battle? Not when you bring the Man-Eaters. Those guys are cheating. But we are going to cut straight across the Bone Eaters. Master Khorne, you are going to go back to the Death Gorge. Slowed down a little bit more than I would like. If we declare war on too many people here, we are going to have more foes than we can handle. Wrathful Reapers, we're going to send you across this river. We're just going to get disruptive. And then the Scarlet Legion, which is starting to dissolve away now. Need to claim one of these, that way the others are going to start once again falling to Khorne. March. And let's go bother the Greenskins. And we'll kick in the extra post-battle loot here next turn. So we get ambushed again by the remainder of the Harbinger of Disaster? Let's see how this goes. Can't lie though, this is my least favorite bit, where you just have to wait for yourself to be attacked. What do they got? Warhounds. Once again, we get to bully some Warhounds. Go take out the Manticore quickly. Charge through, try to ignore. Actually, if we can get a good charge bonus on the giant and kill it in a hurry, that'd be great. Manticore is down. Kill those archers. Quickly now, you stay away from that Doom Bull. He's gonna try to get you. Giant already preparing to fall. Try to push through and kill these archers for me. Scare them in a hurry. Mage has to go. Actually, see if you can sneak in and kill the Doom Bull. That would be hilarious. You ambush Khorne, you learn really quickly that he's not scared of you. Go kill their leader. Alright, that's down. Move in to knock out the reinforcements. Bonus attack. Our leader's dead. Alright, well hopefully the demons can finish things from here. giant's gone. Doom Bull is very likely next. There it is. Go help out with the Ungor Raiders, and then we'll finish off their leader as one force. In fact, Furies, you're really good at dealing with spellcasters. Give him a hug. Once again, a foregone conclusion. Auto-Resolve just doesn't like demons very much, and Battle Map does. Right then, that's the last of the Harbinger of Disaster. We'll just go ahead and take... Let's take the gold. New mission, unlock another unholy manifestation. We get a bunch of gold when we do. Spread that Khorne corruption. Don't you worry, we shall. We'll pick up the Devotion's Tithe next. Most battle loot. Exactly. Scarborough, can you reach? They just took Grunty Bingo from us? Huh. Being chased through the underways is annoying more than anything. Just come on through. Too far. And then Scarbrand, can we go into it in camp and actually get any recruitment going? Yeah, but Draugr's likely to run off, so let's not. Oh, sweet. A heap of gold, the portal glyph, obsidian armor, standard of chaos glory, which is extra leadership, and a talisman of endurance. Nice, nice, nice. Scarbrand has a bunch of goodies. And then, are we already... 2 turns until decay is fine. Have the Legion kill the last of the Harbingers. Good night. We lose 3 still. No matter what, disrespect to Khorne is the norm. Huntmaster, let's give you some Cornate Furies. Although, man, the Fleshhounds are pretty cheap, all things considered. Grab a couple of them. Death Gorge can go up here, so we shall. And we'll get a plenty of... I figured we could reach this army here this turn. The fact we can't is unfortunate. Most unfortunate. Well, that was fast. 4,800 more favor, talisman of endurance, and some skulls. Well, the Drow just ran for his life. His worthless greenskin life. No gods, no kings, only Khorne. Let's see if they'll actually let us catch them. My thought is no, but maybe the Wrathful Reapers can after. Yeah, of course, they're going to turn and run. No one wants to fight Scarbrand. Why, buddy? Why?
Tear them apart. The Master sends us to.
Ugh, Global's already ruined again.
Master of blood.
Wait on that, Scarbrand. Gotta go into March. Get a bit closer, and then the Reapers can help us killing Draug and get Rincha. You thought you would escape? Is auto-resolve worth trusting here? No, let's see. I can't figure out why that happens. Reap those captives? Yes. And from here, we can just go blow up Ekron. You think you outplayed me, but no sir, in fact. We've been outmaneuvered by Khorne. Juggernaut and a Blood Throne. I think we're actually going to keep him on the Blood Throne. Allows you to buff up your troops quite nicely. I do like at least 1 Blood Throne in your army. Death Singer for you rather than Scarbrand. Weird as that might sound. Scarbrand doesn't really need the help. Whereas Death Singer will allow our Blood Reaper to stay alive in melee. Endurance Talisman for you. Yes, please. Actually, combine. Get a Collar of Khorne. That goes to Scarbrand, and you can have the Endurance Talisman. Nice. Icon of Slaughter gives us Fighter Die, Scythe upon Chaff, or the Champion's End. In fact, Icon of Slaughter is the best. You kind of want one Blood Reaper of each, one Icon of Slaughter, and then one Scythe upon Chaff. Locus of Fury and Locus of Wrath. You want kind of one of each, and they can combine their skills to pretty devastating effect. Keep dropping that up, keep. Eventually we'll have time to sit and actually build up our army, but for now, we need to come on in and grab Sow Death, Reap Blood. Extra control, extra Khorne corruption, and then eventually more growth after winning each battle. Grizguts is a big old dummy, isn't he? Chasing our armies around. Doing nothing useful. What if we have you turn around and go threaten the Dragonhorn mines? That way we can... I want them to come back over here and chase Scarbrand. Or into Scarbrand's range, rather. Or the Legion, you're gonna go into an ambush. Beautiful. Legion hide. And then we can maybe even go for an upgrade in Galbaraz to convince them to come attack it. Huntmaster, you can grab yourselves a couple more. For self, rather, a couple more Furies. Khorne loves war, so let's go ahead and talk with the Disciples of the Maw and offer to join them in their war with the Border. Really. He doesn't want us to join him.
Quick.
Weak. If we don't lose our relations, I'll join you in both of these wars, and you'll give me cash.
Yes.
Sounds good to me. Kim, are you in any wars I can join? You are. Cetra, I'll help you kill those undead. They're moist and nasty. Just keep him off our back for a moment. And as I was hoping, Grizguts came to stop Scarbrand, so we can just send Scarbrand on over here to slaughter a little baby gobbo. We've got a smaller army than you, don't run. Good boy. A proper fight for the Red Host. Alright, my legions, forward. We're gonna try to fight these greenskins on the downhill if we can help it. But I think they're just gonna let us march all the way across to them, which, let's see. Yeah, if they do, we'll go ahead and walk our happy collective cheeks over here. As they start running in, I'm gonna grab Scarbrand and our Bloodletter here, or Blood Reaper. Get them a bit closer. Alright, now's the time for the spell that's gonna blast apart our Furies. Oh, that killed so many Furies. Alright, well that's enough of that. Scarbrand. Put him down. Just the slowness of your Khorne warriors is the worst part. Yeah, buff up a unit I don't care about. And go run down Grizguts. Everyone's chasing Scarbrands, let's move on through. Both Furies just go up and over the top. He does not waste any time hitting them. Oh, he shot the Bloodletters this time, that's fine. Bloodletters are, well, not immune to that kind of magic. They're really good at not getting hit by it. Or not caring when they do. Alright, let's go help. Man-eaters are mean. Work together to put them down. Let's move in, boys. kill these archers here. Yeah, their leader is going to be running for the hills quite soon. Activate ye old portal glyph. Alright, that leader's down. Kill the next. Warhounds divert. To nom nom on as many targets as possible. 40 warriors are struggling a little bit there. They've lost some health to the chariots for sure. They'll be fine. Drop in. Keep bopping around. That hero rather is also gone. Let's get you away from the mob. And thankfully he could just drive on out of there. Kill these man-eaters to a man. Or to an ogre. Go slaughter those boar boys for me. Furies are incredibly sacrificial here. If we need to lose anything, that's who it's going to be. They won, turn them back around. Warriors are struggling here. Most excellent. Even the forest goblins fall. Well, our warriors of Khorne come out of that battle greatly scarred, but now those that survive are extremely veteran. That's a ratio we're okay with. Can we replenish good? Yeah, we can. We'll take the devouring of those captives then. Rope replenishment. We could actually also kill Blight Tins. There's just a lot of army just around. I don't know what exactly is going on, but it's very interesting, isn't it? Alright, Herald, you sprint your way up to Grotty Mingle. Another Khornate Zealot, and our hero has become a legend. Good for you, buddy. We might as well knock out the rest of Grizguts' forces. The Blood God's vigor is all charged up, and we will be fully sustained by slaughter. Saving for his unique line was probably a bit smarter, but here we are. Kill Grizguts. Honestly, almost don't want to, but auto-resolve it. We lose 120. Oh, it's crazy. Yes. Tribute, thank you. Your assailant for good old Scarbrand, and then... I mean, Ekrend is going to be a nice pickup, but I want to blow up Borgheim. These undead need to go. Holy.
What?
You're currently at war with nobody. Well, that's going to change soon, isn't it? Here's what we'll do. Combine the bloodletters we have, as we've been doing. And even these warriors probably have to get combined together, truthfully. The Ghoul King is in March. We'd have a better chance against the Feastmaster tribe, truthfully. We can't hit either, though, so let's just go ahead and chill out with Scarbrand. We'll have the Bone Eaters here. Go attack. Are you joking? Wrathful Reapers will instead then attack. Khorne laughs at us from somewhere on high. Continue the siege, and we'll bring in the other army as well. I'm curious to see if we can just take him out here. Hello, auto-resolve, my old friend? No, auto-resolve hates us. What are you thinking, wizard? You think dumb? Still, we'll surround Ekrend. Their capital is cut off. Oh wait, what do I attack the Ghoul King so bad? Alright, I made up my mind. We're attacking the Ghoul King. Adentus 42 na Yuvat. And we can auto-resolve him, just losing some Furies. I'm absolutely going to. Pick up that win. Yes, please. The Furies come back from the dead. We will then devour them. Oh, perfect. We just need to get into an area that actually has some proper winds of magic so we can refill our reserves. Because currently, we have way less replenishment. Winds of magic are blowing here. That's not quite enough.
Do not mistake me for the fool.
Not quite enough.
This place.
Yeah, we'll just let our replenishment trickle along naturally. I think I will go ahead and combine these Furies, grab some more, and then one of each there. They're just letting us. Took those feet. Scarbrand's unique line actually unlocks at rank 13, so we'll wait. That way we can get more speed, Vanguard deployment. There's all sorts of good stuff in here. Drinker of Blood, Anarchy of Madness. For our Reaper, though, we'll make them more resistant. In Gorgazon, we will tentatively upgrade the Dark Bastion. I'm just not sure how well we'll be able to hold on to it with the Empire and the Bretonnians doing as well as they are. We're going to have a threat from the south quite soon. And this here is what we were waiting for. They sally out where we have a much better chance of killing all of them. Tally-ho! Alright, we are going to hang out next to our reinforcements and just wait. We'll use the Furies as a delay force. Everyone else, well, our leader definitely does not have replenishment, but this Blood Shrine does. Alright, our friends are here. This is a mage. Oh, go give him a hug. A double hug. Warriors, let's go ahead and make a phalanx here. Have the hounds charge through and avoid the main fight. And then these guys are just going to charge right into those air boys because I would prefer not to have to deal with them. Ooh, we faked you out good. And just fly over the top. We'll have you drop in maybe later on. Let's go kill some trolls. You two slam into these orc boys. And they're confident for the briefest of moments, aren't they? Charge those orc boys there, and then you two move in together. Exalteds, I thought I told you to move, but maybe not. Kill these archers for me. Go ahead and get up and away there. Age is already almost gone. Khorne is terrifying. What do we learn here today, folks? A great sword legion is a great sword legion. They're not the absolute strongest Furies in the game, but they're not bad. Alright, all is one swarm. Kill those orc boys there. They're gonna think they can win their brawl. They would be wrong. Exalteds move in. Oh, one of the lords is gone. Well, that's spooky. Didn't necessarily expect him to stick around. Kill these orc boys here. You get back up in, and after your quarry, Vicious. You missed, brother. You missed. And when you take a swing at the king, I guess he's gonna run you over on a motorcycle, is the end of that. Inside your walls, you were safe. Outside of them, you are prey. We will take the 1,000 skulls. Seems almost unfair. Nothing upon nothing, and then we've got the Winds of Pain, and we can take Scarbrand here and say, hello, undead.
I refuse.
Rayska Posner. How would you like to die horribly to an auto-resolve? Decisive victory with medium casualties? I'll take it. They're gone. We will replenish yet again. Rayska's gone, and then we're gonna go ahead and take our happy red selves on to Morgheim. Most excellent. I'm going to continue to combine bloodletters here. Get a few more. And then, I mean, the Furies have been working out for us pretty well, haven't they? Yeah, one more Fury. Good to sacrifice, and they do a very good job of handling themselves, for sure. Let's sack the settlement. Then we'll go ahead and move into a march this direction with both to threaten the Bitterstone Mine. Yes, indeed. That is our unique lines, a Rage Incarnate, and I think we'll go ahead and pick up Dwarfies to allow him to heal. Sounds like a pretty good pickup. Plus we get 25% more post-battle loot, which is frankly insane. Next Bloodhost Summon is going to have 2 additional units. We're going to go ahead and claim Morgheim. Or better yet, how long till the Unholy Manifestations are done? 6 turns on Khorne's Gaze, 2 with the Eternal War. Okay, we're getting there. We could also just have Huntmaster go and reclaim one of these. Things to do. First, Legion. Oh, that's kind of a waste no matter what, isn't it? Well, burn it. We got 1 skull. There's only 1 singular gobbo there. That's funny. How close are we to our short victory? 17 more settlements. 1 more turn there. I don't really want to throw the upgrades at a couple of these. Stormhenge is in a safe enough spot. I don't mind going for the upgrade there. Alright, excellent. Let's go ahead and have Huntmaster Khorne, or Khorne. Grab a couple more Chaos Warriors. 4 is a good amount, and then we can start giving him his demons proper. Turn 15, we are finally given the mission to raise a second front, really. It's kind of amusing. Hello there, Morgheim. Ooh, a Pyrrhic victory. That gives me a good opportunity to fight a battle. It has been like 5 minutes. Destroy! Alright, this one should be fun. Unfortunately for our undead friends, we have melee advantage. Since Scarbrand didn't knock down. In fact, you have Wallbreaker, sir. Ooh, we need to do a change where all the greater demons have Wallbreaker. But Stilodon is not going to do better at knocking down a wall than a greater demon of Khorne. There's some intent behind these muscles. Alright, we'll just start shopping. Because these are active, I'd prefer not to get shot by them. Let's send one of the Fleshhounds round. Try to open that gate there. Let's go win the aerial duel real quick. That's nice and simple. Warriors get moved on in. Same thing with the demons. If we decide to take the walls, there's not much those crypt ghouls can do about it. Poor bats. Run for your useless lives, you little furballs. Oh, Johan, you're in a bad spot, buddy. If I was to make you rampage, do you think you would reach the front of the lines quickly enough to die? Come here, buddy. I want a hug. Scarbrand wants a hug. Khorne says, what's his melee attack at now? Just 160. Help him getting through the gates. I can't really deploy anyone to the walls at all, no matter how bad I want to. Knock those gates over. We'll locate their weakest units and then see. That Necromancer came right into Scarbrand to die. It's good stuff. You love to see it. Alright, demons, you know what to do. It's blob time. We'll send the Fleshhounds around. And anytime these opponents here drop us a exposed flank, we will rip it in half. Like, truth be told, probably getting killing these skeleton warriors before they can reinforce is a good idea. Khorne blob, go! All Furies drop in to kill these skelly warriors. All of you working together, that should be no problem. Get double flanked. It shouldn't have been isolated. Scarbrand can just kill the two Necromancers, no problem. We'll go Duke Dude of Death. Anyone in that hallway is going to rue the day. Let's find another isolated target to kill.
The Exiles.
Not yet time for the portal glyph, but almost. Scarbrand, you and our hero. Let's go after the knights. I'm curious to see how well they do against these crypt ghouls. They can poison you. Let's see if it matters. On the heals and the rampage. Make sure the knights didn't turn back around. Super increase to our attack. Wow, Furies of Khorne are strong. Here for that. Alright, Rudger's gone. Let's kill the Necromancer now. Everyone blob through. Hounds, you're almost through the walls. You can do it. Alright, Furies, get back up in the air. That was a really good alpha strike. Let's go get this unit next. These zombies over here. They need a hug. Look what appear. Also, some of the Bloodletters made it through. We don't like that so much. Scarbrand, you go save the day. They're completely unsupported. They're just kind of all over the place, aren't they? Kill these Crypt Horrors. You got it. Alright, you do the same. Drop in. They're already weakened. Finish him off. Get the Doot Doot. The Doot Doot of Doom. Oh, some of the hounds are stuck. Use that mass to work together. We'll bring the Furies over to save the day here, too. Oh, we're gonna lose those hounds. That's so dumb. Or we should have just chalked it up as a loss. Get out of there if you can, hounds. Outside the settlement, just work your way outside. Fleshhounds are good, but they're mostly good in open field battles, as you might expect. Furies, it looks like a exposed flank there. Rip it in half. Drop in some Furies. Yeah, the Fleshhounds managed to get away, no problem. Give them the too angry to die. Send the Khorne blob forward. Big skulls. You see the leadership on the undead start to waver. Beautiful. Morgheim broken. Well, that's the end for the size of Morkane. How much gold? 6,600. Maybe we just burn this for the Skull Throne. That's a lot of skulls. We'd sacrifice them otherwise. Let's go ahead and... Skulls for the Skull Throne. I'll have this army here, led by Huntmaster Khorne, move in to settle the floating village if the Skaven haven't already. Get going, buddy. We also need to prepare for the Dawi coming out of Karagarud. That is going to be sooner rather than later. Absolutely need the walls, max tier growth, and the Exalted Bloodletter building. Can't really cross the river very effectively, which is unfortunate. Feels like we should be able to, but... Let's see. Nope. Okay, well, we'll just swap back into encamp stance so we don't lose any more troops then. And then we'll fill the rest of the army in with expendable furies. Restless Fury for Scorpion into probably Wrathful Reaper. Yeah, probably Wrathful Reaper. 20 bonus V infantry, and he's going to be able to do 50% more damage in Rampage. Go more health for our Blood Reaper, especially since he's up on that throne. Armor of Silver and Steel is going to be perfect for you, and let's combine these two to get a Crown of Command. Now, what can Khorne get for enchanted items? Let's find out. Their Trickster Shard is terrifying. I'm sorry, did you have Ward save? No. No, you didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. 130 armor for Scorbrand. I forgot to give these over to him. Big old dumb. Whoops.
Intensify my blood rage.
Well, let's see if they can blow up the Bitterstone Mine just with sheer hate. There's more of them here than you'd expect. Yeah, that's a close one. Hang on. Exactly. Oh, a valiant defeat. Well, once again, we'll just let them come out here and attack us. I have good faith in the warriors there. We'll go ahead and come on into Galbaraz and grab the War Arena. And do we get any actual units here? We get another Blood Reaper. Looks like no. Unfortunate. So what we'll go for instead is just more walls. Make sure we don't lose our settlements. At Scorbrand, instead of coming up to the north, we're going to let the Blood Reaper armies handle this. And we are going to aggressively crash down to the south. Because there's lots of good defeat traits down there for us. Would we probably win this? Yes, but I'm kind of sick of fighting these ourselves. You guys can go ahead and build up your forces again. That way I can reap more skulls later on when I'm done in the south. Weird how it works that the second you leave, they move in and march. I probably have 2 armies moving towards us. It's fighting Clan Moors. Well, this is an opportunity. I smack talk, but that's an opportunity there. If there's Skaven in the settlement. These freaking rats. Problem with keeping Clan Moors around is that they legitimately steal territory that belongs to Khorne. So eventually you gotta kill them no matter what. We got Blight 10 Scratch knocking around. Skaven on both sides I'm not a big fan of. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kill them all. Hey, buddy. And we've got the Eternal War we can kick into. Fantastic. He can reach you, right?
Blood for the Blood God.
Yes. They are indeed skulls for Khorne. Wait, what? What happened? What happened? Game. I'm sorry, what? It made him disappear, and then we couldn't oh my... Okay, well, Eternal War it is, that's fine. I'll fight you and the Khorne army, and I'm not even gonna be bothered about it in the slightest. That's kind of funny. The field today shall run red. You die first.
Blood for the blood god! Spreading destruction! Let ring come!
We have enough damage that we can just kind of charge in here and kill a ton of them. All at once. Keep mashing through. Look at that damage. And then we send in the Hounds and drop in the Furies. Bonus attack. They'll take some damage back, but if we deal enough fast enough, it won't matter. Good old 60 melee attack. And then here come the Hounds. Gonna finish off that leadership in a hurry. Everyone's got a heap of bonus attack. 50 seconds left there, let's go ahead and bring you back. Alright, cool. Khorne army is just stampede over. Fast movers, get out of there. I am predicting we are going to get hit with some lightning. Some good old-fashioned warp lightning. 26 seconds.
Bringing ruin! Chaos warriors of Khorne!
Start bringing Scarbrand over now. Yeah, he's gone. In fact, bring them both. Bring them both, bring them both. Await those reinforcements. Oh, he is a ruin caster. It's always pain, isn't it? Alright, you two go hunt him down immediately. Fight like demons, boys. Fight like demons. And then those of you that are demons, fight the way you're supposed to. That's what I was hoping for. Waste your casts. Then we need to get in there so we can rampage him. There's some more lightning. Good, good, good. You're mine now. Die. Bounce them back through, killed all these escaping slave slings. Yo, I just want this guy. Blight 10 Scratch needs to leave. You've lost your place in the Council of 13 in a couple of swings. Alright, well there goes the Skaven army. They're mostly intact is the only annoying thing there, but even if they manage to get an ambush on us, guess who loses? Oh yeah, the Skaven. But when it's just slaves, that's what we call bullying. So we will take the replenishment there. That is a nice chunk. A nice chunk indeed. Do I get to catch Blight 10 Scratch? I do. Let's see how Auto-Resolve thinks it would go with a bunch of Skaven slaves. That is amusingly bad. How do you figure? We'll replenish. That makes no sense. And then we can march on the Bitterstone Mine. Who else wants to fight? Stretch even? Oh look, you've got some warp grinders. Oh, this might be a challenge. Or not. Alright, no reason to go for anything fancy. Just a good old Roman Legion of Khorne. March on in. That goblin there needs a hug. Speak things up as our two heroes come blasting in. We can go for Foe Seeker when we get a little bit closer.
The Exiled One.
No reason yet. I don't know if we'll make it before those reinforcements get here. We'll see. Orc boys, they're eager. So eager. Half of your barrier's gone. I'm sorry, we got stopped by goblin spears? Bull. That's what we call bull. Alright, well, boost them up and let them fight. Hound dogs, maul these work boys. Had their backs turned and now they're chew toys. Nice and simple. We'll pull the Furies out. In fact, all the Furies go ahead and get away from combat. Same thing with the Hounds. Pretty decent job at disrupting them. Urge dies. Furies drop in on this set of wounded spearmen if you can. Hound slam into these wounded spear gobbos. Here come those reinforcements. You just keep finding more and more of their weakened troops and yet drop on their head. That is the solution. Dart these boys down. That lord's gone. Scorpion, you go deal with him, and then we'll send the battle bike into the middle of this cave-in. Those poison wolf rats are going way wide. Wolf rat strats. Yep, that lord's gone too. Alright, Scarbrand, you and the... there's the assassin. He needs a hug. Warriors, pick your individual targets. Just gonna stay a little ways away from one another. Drop in on the warp fire teams. Norbrand, kill. Buff up that damage Scarbrand's got. Go take out those warp grinders in a hurry, and we don't want to rampage until we're in a fight with... Oh, good grief. Well, the Summoned Furies got melted. There we go, now we can rampage. Start for the warp grinders, go slamming through the center. And like the Skaven really had any real chance. Oh, going for the old warp quake. For all the good it'll do ya. The assassin is very dead. And the rest of his troops running for the hills. Skaven versus Khorne. Not a fight. Another excellent win for old Scarbrand. We're getting pretty close to the point where we can declare mostly total war. I'm gonna go blood for the blood god here. Tricky squig beard. There's another small army just for refilling our movement. Yeah, so I'll just kill Korgalug. Oh, we weren't at war with Feastmaster? Thought we were. Soon. Anarchy of Madness into Locus of Endless War? Absolutely.
Blood Reaver.
We'll pick up some missile resistance, back into more health. And Scarbrand will declare war on the Feastmaster tribe and put them down in a hurry.
Gonna happen.
Ain't gonna happen, huh? We lost 14. Auto-resolve hates Khorne. Karnath as well. Well, this is taking me further away from the south, which I'd like to move, but taking the defeat trait from Gorbad would be a good idea. Auto result. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. It's not a big deal anymore, but it's more annoying than anything. I think Karakate Peaks can belong to Scarbrand. If we're not going to move down to the south, guess where we're going to go instead? Extra campaign movement range after winning a battle, and 3 additional units for all characters faction-wide when we make Blood Hosts. Our Blood Hosts now can actually make proper strong Blood Hosts, which is cool. Scarlet Legion, you are going to claim Ekron. Thus sacking it would give us a lot of gold. We would lose. Well, we've proved we wouldn't time and time again. We don't really need any siege equipment. I am quite concerned about Brock down here. Grab our 2 Regiment Renown units. And we may even want walls here in Gorgazon. Don't like the idea. Now let's get more income from... No, we do need to keep this alive, don't we? Walls and better iron mining.
What?
As long as they don't think they can chop through us to get to the Skaven, we should be good. 5k to upgrade here. I'm afraid we do that and new Moss attacks, or Kimmery attacks. Alright, Scarbrand, let's go ahead and get ourselves an additional Fleshhound. 4 of them is a nice number. That's what we like to see. This time we'll just let the auto-resolve handle this one, and we will claim it. Here our enemies are just sorting each other out. Brock's gonna go hit Karaka's Gall, which works. Oh no, someone killed the Iron Claw works. It was the Dawi. Well, that's too bad. Bronte Mingle has been drawn to destruction. Oh, Karanak was Frailsea. We do so love Karanak. Well, let's go ahead then, and, I mean, we can attack Karaza Karak. That's going to be a nasty bit of work. Or we can turn around and go back down south, which I think is what we're going to do. Let's first just check to see what's over here in Iron Rock. Who beat down... Was it the Dawi? It was. Karaza Karak. And we'll just kind of move on through. I wish we had more Winds of Magic there, but we went the wrong way for keeping our Winds of Magic up. Rid of our Scarlet Legion. And Ekron has the Kennels. I don't care about the Kennels, I would rather us have more income. Oh, you rat.
No one tells a tyrant what to do.
Blout Feastmaster, completely forgot about you over down there.
Dishonored.
Can't fight Brock, even though I'd like to. We gotta wait. Keep building up some forces. Grab some more bloodletters here. That secondary army is almost complete. Alright, turn 18. Skulls of the Skull Throne is done. That is 20 more relations with all of the different chaotic factions and some control, which we're gonna absolutely need. We don't really need to stick around and defeat rebellions. Oh, hello there, Dawi. They offer their skulls up. It's just a bunch of miners. Will we take some damage? Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and ship some more skulls back. Wound in the World will be perfect here. And that unlocks our second tier of the Skull Throne. So now we get more growth. Hungering Blades for all armies, which is very, very good. And then we also get Bread and Bloodshed, which drops global recruitment even further and gives us recruit rank for all armies. These are all 3 fantastic. And you know, seems like it's time to kill us some Dawi. Blood for Khorne.
Won't happen.
You were due a reckoning. I mean, you say that. Let's see if your flamethrowers have what it takes to kill my demons. We'll go ahead and give the Rangers standard here, too. Scarbrand, make him nice and quick. 100 speed on a greater demon of Khorne, hoofing it across the ground is terrifying. Alright, we got 2 armies of Dawi to put down, and then a 3rd behind. Let's do this. Okay, we'll handle this. Oh, look at that. They're gonna go hide. Well, we'll handle this by running across and butchering them. That's how we're handling this. Let's go phalanx of Khorne warriors. That means 2 up front, 2 behind. That way they can go charge either a gap or engage either of these 2. Whoever they're fighting and help out. And let's make a couple of bloodletters around on this side. 3 and 2 are bloodhounds. I'm going to throw behind the enemy. Are they going to stay there for long? Probably not. Scarbrand right up front to go get in the enemy's face immediately. That's how it's going to be. Go get some skulls there, Scarbrand. So the Fleshhound's wise. They're not taking any undue damage, and then everything else went over. Charge them, charge them. Go ahead and have everyone rampage Scarbrand, and in fact, you can as well. Enjoy your time there. The Fleshhounds will just circle and find a weak spot to charge. I found one here. Drop the Furies in. All that rampage. And for what? All you do is feed Khorne. Click the right button, wizard. There we go. Gotta shut down these Iron Drakes. Get rolling into the Rangers there. Activate all of the abilities. The rest of our troops are just a little bit further behind than I would like. Let's rotate. Alright, Furies, you pull away. Fleshhounds, get back in there, dive in, and find a Dawi to chew on. Perfect. We got you fools locked in. Now Scarbrand charge back through into Dragoon. He'll do to death. He just deals so much damage. Let's get skating back into those Rangers. Bloodletters, give him a charge. Actually, both of you come over here and just get them locked in as soon as they show up. You Bloodletters, give them a charge. Here they come, here they come. Let's go ahead and lock down the miners first, since we really can't find anyone else. Rampage out, buddy. Oh, there they are. How perfect. Hello there, Iron Drakes. Charge here, you boys charge these Slayers. Furies, pull away. Same thing with the Fleshhounds. Let's get out of there. And instead, Fleshhounds go charge these Iron Drakes. Alright, doing pretty decently. Once that first army is melted. And chop Gargan down. Okay, get in there after those Rangers, summon in some Furies while you're at it. Let's go 2 angry to die on these warriors here who are surrounded. Furies. Go kill different units, please. Bloodletters work their way all the way around, and they are also going to dive into the back line here. Quick as they are. Look at this. We've lost a few. Right, rampage, and let's go ahead and charge the other lord here. Charge him. Yield due to death. Here come the lads. Flamethrowers are done. Send the dogs into these dwarf warriors here. Just find a unit that is currently occupied and bite him in his cheeks. Relentlessly. Scarbrand, go ahead and rampage out. Kill who you can. We can watch some of these fights here. We did a pretty good job of wrapping up these dubby. They were tired. But never underestimate the stout and their stubbornness. Alright, our warriors took some damage, but they are extremely replaceable. We can reap for 800 souls or get 12% replenishment. 800 souls is a lot, but we do need the replenishment. Alright, Kargan's done. Let's go ahead and take out Grim Ironbrow as well. Might as well. Plus, this endears us further with Clan Moors and does allow them to focus on their fight with Thorek down there. Recruitment cost or a lightning strike. A lightning strike is a necessity. Especially when outnumbered. Takes you longer to show up? That's just too bad for you, isn't it? Alright, Scarbrand, let's take down Grim as well. Blood Whirlwind or Giant Slayer. We don't have any Halberd infantry yet. Making our Bloodletters even better is probably the call. Let's come on back into Pillars, though, and we'll grab the Sow Death, Reap Blood, Growth per region after winning battles. We are winning them all over the place, so we might as well pick up that extra boost to our growth. Get back here, you. Come here. You must die. Theatric victory is not allowed here. So, once more to the fray. Oh, good. This actually shows there's an opportunity to practice a choke point battle as a faction that would normally hate choke point battles. Bloodletters across this other mountain here. Just spread our army very wide. And then we'll go ahead and throw 3 of the Furies back to back. 2 over here. You can really surround them if you have Vanguard deployment. Good grief. Can't get on there sort of the river, though. We shall rename this place Blood Creek. Let's get them. See, at this point we have Scarbrand, so we can just kind of charge through these miners. We're not going to make the joke, but you know what it is. Their inconvenience level is minor. I didn't mean to make the joke anyway, that's too bad, isn't it? Alright boys, let's get in there! We send the Furies behind them, just to throw off their archer teams, and then we have... I don't even know if the warriors can get close enough, fast enough. This is mostly going to be our summons and our heroes handling this. Rampage, buddy, you got this. Anything they throw at you is going to go horrible for them. Summon in some friends there. Would be cool if different units could jump across the river using different means. Now that Runesmith got destroyed. Grim is next. Just roll right through the center. Summon in some friends. Walk down these miners. I think we've got a pretty good opportunity here to kill the lot of this group. You go charge those rangers. Make sure the Runesmith doesn't come back. Go ahead then. They're all gonna throw their explosives at their own general. Our resistances will do a heap to keep us safe here. Oh, those Furies got wiped out in a hurry. Alright, get out of there. Turns out Rangers can defend themselves fairly well. Scarbrand, go save the day. We need you to. Doom as he wades through, just dolly there, maybe even ankle high on him. Come on, ye little ankle highs, come fight Scarbrand. Send the warriors in and across. Oh, good grief. Somehow the flamethrowers found some space. Well done, boys. It's cold tactics, boys. Now maybe Rampage is the best way to have him. He given direct orders, fair enough. Looks like they are pretty much out of explosives. They have a few left. Bloodletters come charging in, and then the Hounds just break the center line. Scorpion is still rampaging. Our Reaper needs to get back over here, quick like. Armor-piercing damage from these Rangers is going to be unfortunate. Drop in some friends here, and we'll just roll this line. Furies, you get away. Best to have them drop in on units that are already weakened. Good, you're back. Get close enough to Scorbrand that we can buff him and the Bloodletters up to 114 melee attack and 119 Scorbrand. It's fantastic. I think they have like 99 or 90% chance to hit. It's something like that. And this is how you choke point with Scorbrand. It becomes a little bit more difficult when you just have a Herald. We'll use the Flesh Hounds like the Carthaginians used elephants. And then we go knock out. Well, no, let's keep these idiots rampaging so they stop throwing explosives at us. Scorpion, you can do what you want. Flesh Hounds push through, and then we'll have all of the Bloodletters as one big blob. Go take out those miners. Runesmith's back. You can even see him in the flurry of wings. Say one chop and he should be running for the hills. Somehow Scorbrand can find him. I guess he's just going to swing the axe through and hit everything. Either way, that is the High King's Expeditionary Force broken. Barely an inconvenience. We shall... Ooh, they're tempted to devour them as well, but we're going to go ahead and reap them for almost 1,000 skulls. Fantastic, and we have just enough movement to go hit not the Dark Rock, but it will be after this. The Wrathful Reaper. Now you are renowned and feared for more movement range, more recruit rank for all of your units, and some upkeep. Those who level their Scorbrand correctly can win their campaign even if they lose their capital. Scorbrand's a monster. Almost the end times by himself. We'll auto-resolve here. I figured that would lose a lot. That's okay. Then... do we just blood for the blood god again? I think so. We've got another army. Thorgrim himself. Can I chase him down? Oh man, almost. Killing Thorgrim before I go back down south is ideal. So let's set up next to the Slaughter Crushers, and let's see. Oh, that doesn't use any of my movement. I was going to say, oh man, we might be able to, we should have been able to reach him. Oh, 2 turns for these guys. No, 2 turns for the Exalted Bloodletters is too many. We'll survive on the army we currently have. It's actually fine. We've got our Expendables, we've got our Heavy Hitters, our Bloodletters, and the Chaos Warriors. Works out. Anvil Hammer, and the Flying Chicken McNuggets to keep people distracted. Like, we just blow up this settlement? I think we do. Hello there, Stone Mine Tower. Goodbye. Oh, that's so much gold. I'm sacking the settlement. Refill our coffers a bit. Yes, we'll chase Arcstorm. Keeping control of Ekrund is not something I care about that much, but if we can throw a leader in there and go hunt down the Feastmaster tribe who so cowardly ran from us, that would be pretty great. In fact, I think that is absolutely going to be the call of Huntmaster Khorne here, so go ahead and march. Zoom on over this way, sir. Death Gorge is at least decently defended now. It is, truthfully, very, very difficult to unseat a Khorne army, or one of the Khorne settlements once it's built up a little bit. We'll go growth and construction. We'll pop in and see who Kimri's fighting. So just the Drakenhof Conclave, whom I don't think is very powerful. Oh, we're so much stronger than Gimri, it's not even showing. Actually, so the Dragonhof Conclave is kicking the smack out of him. In that case, we can then upgrade Gorgazon without really worrying too much about it. We'll also upgrade Gobraz. Hopefully these clowns aren't hauling cheek that way. They're good at hiding just outside of your point of view there. Trophy racks, I think, is the call. 1,500, but it allows us to build up a lot more gold through beating up our rivals. And then after we take down Thorgrim, we'll go for the quest battle for Scarbrand, and I think there you're really well set up to finish off your campaign, and just be a terror wherever you want. Land Verms from nowhere to take out Ekrund. Well, yeah, you gotta expect it. That's a weird army, but you gotta expect that kind of behavior. And then we get ambushed. Actually seems like it's more of a problem for you than me. Ambushing Scarbrand is very similar to ambushing Attila in Attila Total War. Oh, you think you're trapped here with me? Alright, you think I'm trapped here with you? Good breach. I'm already seeing blood, red lads. Where are you cowardly rats hiding? We've got all these great swords. We'd love to show you. Look how well sharpened they are. Alright, let's do this. Kill, 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 murder. Ooh, it was a fake. Okay, then let's go ahead and rip some shots here. Oh, they're gonna summon in some more rats. What an idea. I'm gonna rip it in. Kill this leader. Thankfully he brought some extra armies, because that ambush went very poorly for you, didn't it? Oh yeah, we're staying and fighting. This Bloodhost army is doing Khorne proud. Nah, no ripping. Well, too late now. Let's take you off of Fire Will. You can just harvest some more ammunition from them. How long? 30 seconds? Well, you guys need to keep gathering up kills to get the Hungering Blades up and running. Alright, they're shattered. This way, cannon, this way. We can leave if we wanted, we don't. Where are they summoning that unit out? Oh, back here. Go kill them to build up those blades. The rest of you, this way. We need to draw their caster over. You brought a lot of Skaven slaves to the battle, didn't you? So many skulls for us to reap. Yeah, start ripping shots into their front line. You come on back. I was going to use the Furies to try to bait out any ruin spells he has. What kind of caster are you? He is a ruin caster. We'll kind of hover around his front line. Shift clicking a couple times there. They need 80 kills. They're at 54. It'd be cool if it just gave them 80 there. Fleshhounds versus Wolf Rats. That is not a fight. At least I thought it wasn't. Fleshhounds are struggling a little bit. Turn and fire away. Alright, Fury, fall back just a bit here. Let's start breaking these lines one at a time. Charge those slaves there, you get into the back line. Then we summon in the lovely Bloodletters from beyond here. Are they trying to run away using our retreat point? Be kind of funny. Oh, you're back. Put him down. Our Bloodletters are a little bit surrounded here, but that tends to be where they fight the best. Now they don't have to look for any enemies, they're all around. Well, that's gonna be a glorious charge. The sound of ratty bones crunching underfoot. Alright, Furies. Swarm in to kill these slaves. You come after this group. How is he overcasting? Good boy. We're gonna use the too angry to die on them. Because it's funny. Yeah, Lord got clobbered. I don't think any of our bloodletters are making it out of this. Fight like mad, bloodletters, fight like mad. Oh, there the Hellblades are active. You can see them because they're glowing. Alright, Furies, now let's go ahead and pick off the individual Skaven Slave Slinger groups that are hiding in the back lines. Rip through them. We'll have our Herald to go take out the enemy Warlord there. Warlord for a day, he was. Longer than most Skaven, though. Alright, Cannon, let's move this way. Let the Furies kill these slaves. Got a squad of rats here, look at that. Rip and tear. Where's that lightning coming from? Oh, he came back? Surprise, there's a Grace here. Well, I said the Bloodletters weren't making it, but how many have they killed each? Something like 100 slaves? Yes. The numbers you expect to see from the novels. Or like one dwarf warrior, supposedly the equivalent of 100 goblins. They don't quite trade that well in this game. They don't do bad. Alright, well, the Skaven ambushed us and lost everything. Yeah, I don't even think that squad of Skull, or the Warp Grinders would have done very well. We shall... oh, 1,500 skulls. Small and brittle they may be, but there are a lot of them. Now we gotta go after Arcstorm then. Come here, you. Can't leave you wandering around. Sow death, reap blood. That's 10 more growth. Let's gain a little bit more. We don't even have to fight Thorgrim here. Which, I won't lie, would be a little bit boring, but... if we're that much more powerful than him, that's the way it is. So we'll kill Thorgrim, see how our army's looking, and then we'll go after Slaughter and Carnage. Heroic victory. He has 3 flamethrowers and the settlement garrison. This shall be a very glorious final battle. Let's just check on the south, though. Thorek. Every time I move away from the gorge, he just appears next to it. How interesting that is. I want to move over this way and kill the ogres. It seems that the campaign, or the AI knows that back to the gorge, where we just need to make sure Brock doesn't do anything, and he's gonna jump this way. It's really weird that the second you move away, they move in. Well, weird and tactically sound for the AI, but still. Staunch Defender. Extra growth. We could definitely... it's gonna take 16... or 6 and 14 turns, though. That's a long time. We are instead going to come over here and grab Spread Rage into Harvester's Pride. This shall make it so that we can send our skulls back to the throne more often and gain those buffs more often. And then we put down Thulgrim Grudgebearer. He currently has the Axe of Grimnir. 5 bonus V-Large is not enough, or 4. A little bit outdated, isn't it? And then you can chuck fireballs at us. Before we do launch, let's see if we can get any better equipment on Scarbrand. Look at that, the Eternal Blade. That's horrifying. I mean, Scarbrand's looking pretty good. What about
Blood Reaver.
Old Zach here. He's got Death Singer. Oh, no, he's also fine. Very well set up. We'll pick up a Drill Master and... Ooh, Banner of Eternal Flame. I think the dwarves have a decent amount of fire resistance. But it does boost up damage, so we will accept.
Intensify my blood ray.
And now we go claim the skull of a High King. Alright, we got flamethrowers and a fair few quarrelers across the field. I would still like to try to bottleneck them in between this section here. The 2 sets of Lushhounds that way, the other 2 over here, just to give the Dawi a headache. All of our Furies to both screen and go knock out artillery. We'll just keep the Bloodletters back even further. Splitting them up into groups further as the Dawi close the gap. One of the first battles, though, I am going to go ahead and wait for our reinforcements to arrive. See you all when they show up. Right then, the Blood Host has arrived. Would like to try to keep them mainly intact as well, so let's go ahead and try to pull them back. Same general area as our other Bloodletters. Bring the Shrines forward, because those are going to be extremely useful. Trying to bait out some of their catapults. Oh, these guys are way isolated. Go kill them. Get all the Furies in a group. We'll do that in a moment. So all of the single entities as one. So if we can get them to throw the explosives at the wrong unit, that'll be hilarious. Alright, rip right through them. No reason to go for the rampage. Just don't. They don't really stand a chance. Skarbrand wades through these Dawi. I'd rather us not get hit by any flamethrowers, so we're gonna make them rampage. And then drop in some Bloodletters here. Give you a little bit more damage. We'll extend our cannon across to start bothering them a little bit. As long as you're going the right way. Good. Bloodletters, are you? Oh, they're completely surrounded. Go see if you can force through into the grudge throwers. Chillhop just gonna stay away from Thorgrim. We can beat him pretty easily in a one-on-one, but I would like to not get jumped by all of his Dawi at the same time. Alright, they're missing a bit. Let's charge right through into these drakes. Can kick his way through. Perfect, no. Force path out of there. Rip through this back line again. He's got Strider, so there's no slowing down. Nothing but gas. How many kills do you have already, sir? 93? 93 dwarfs will never rise again. Well, they're all in one blob, aren't they? Operation Move In. Skarbrand's got his barrier back and everything. There's nothing they can do to him. He'll start chopping into Thorgrim. And then let's go ahead and try to take shots in the middle of their unit there. All of the Furies descend on this set of overextended miners, please. Skarbrand stopped his rampage pretty quick. my way through, get into these Iron Drakes. Flesh Hounds, charge. We found they're isolated. Put them down. Bonus damage. Bring in the Exalted Bloodletters. Break the Dawi Warriors in the outskirts. Any lost Furies are completely expendable. Stop the Iron Drakes where possible. There's me cannon. Get in here. Go find you a Drake as well. Tell him good night. Rampage. Who needs to be too angry to die? These Furies, that's who. The rest of our infantry will get here one day. Flesh Hounds and Furies were more than enough. Let's drop in on this set of warriors who are already kind of concerned about being here. No abilities for Thorgrim. Warriors of Khorne, find you a Dawi and bury an axe in him. Bury an axe in him. Some of the original Flesh Hounds are a bit wounded. Let's go ahead and have them pull away. And let the infantry come play. Let's go kill this Thane real quick first. And then come back and go after Thorgrim. He's a tanky boy for sure. Alright, Furies, back up in the air. There are units of Quarrelers that are still firing. That needs to cease. Just a tidal wave of blood. Scar ran up to 1.3 thousand damage and 117 melee attack. He can go get his axe planted in the High King. That'll be the end for him, but easier said than done. Oh, he just decides to run away. What a brave High King. Discretion being the better part of valor. An absolute slaughter for the High King. He didn't have any long beards with him, so it really wasn't going to be much of a... was never going to be much of a fight. Do we just turn this into even more troops? I think so. We're going to run all the way around for some reason. Scarbrand. I was just getting closer to the next settlement. What do you mean? Here enough? There's more research rate and construction cost reduction for all buildings in this province. Not an amazing defeat trait for Scarbrand, but will always take more research rate, even as the forces of Khorne. Next, we gotta start upgrading our bloodletters finally. Scarbrand does fine by himself. You don't really need to buff Scarbrand. But if you can make his army perform it just as well as he does, you are going to really profit. Listen, lads, I said I would go for it, but that battle is scary enough that I don't think Scarbrand by himself could carry us. We need some actual anti-large, of which we don't have yet, so instead, go drink Gromrod's blood if he didn't run away from us. Come here, you. I'm sorry. Have we not showed you enough yet? I'm gonna treat this one like an auto-resolve, gang, and I'll be right back. Alright, that Rune Lord stepped on. We'll go ahead and replenish up the Hounds and Furies, because we lost a few of them. Fighting Hammerers is like that. And then we have just enough movement to come back over here to the Varenka Hills. Kinda like to hit it from this side, but I guess we're not allowed to. auto-resolve it. For some reason we lose none this time, I don't know. Well, it's a lot of skulls. Let's burn it for the skull throne. And then since we're all the way up here, we might as well go after their capital. Yes, Karazakarak now lies completely undefended. Bathe in fury. And I really don't think we need to replace anything. What you're going to want to do before you go for that quest battle is at least pick up a couple of Chaos Warriors with halberds. And then at that point, maybe there's a couple of, you need a little bit of anti-large, so you can make sure to stomp out that first Khorne army fast. You want your army to be as intact as possible for the Khorne, or the Nurgle force that follows in. I think we'll go speed first, then we'll grab the Deadly Onslaught. Fantastic, so from here, you have enemies all over the place, and that just means skulls for reaping. Though the world is truthfully your oyster, you can choose where to go from here. In our campaign, we are all the way up into Karazakarak, so I'm going to continue to burn this. In fact, I might stop here and allow them to kind of rebuild. That way we can reap them for more skulls later on. The only thing we have to do for our victory condition is just take out 10 more settlements of unique variant, which is really not that bad, and then also win the Slaughter and Carnage quest battle, which we are going to take on soon. If you can find the time to grab some Exalted Bloodletters and replace as many of these normals as you can, that will also make that battle go so much more smoothly. There's also a few Regiment of Renown units that would be fantastic in Skarbrand's army. Where are... Yeah, the Blood Crushers, the Blood Brute Behemoth is free. Well, probably only in... It comes from Taurox. Then Khorne's Bloody Fist at rank 30. So it's going to be a little bit before you get the more elite Regiment of Renown, so you should probably hold off a little bit before going after the Slaughter and Carnage quest battle. That, though, is going to be all for Skarbrand's guide. Much more of a free-flowing one, especially on your side. You choose to send Skarbrand wherever makes the most sense for your campaign. If there's an enemy nearby that is a little bit weak, or maybe they have an army that is not in the area Skarbrand is, go harvest their settlements for a couple of Bloodhost armies, and bring all that together to bring down their champions. You are the Apocalypse as these big red cheeks. Thanks all for stopping on by. If you enjoyed the video, please do remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub button, and hit that hype button. It helps the channel out. I appreciate it a ton. Ooh, and before I forget, if you have any tips for Khorne or Skarbrand in general, leave those in the comments. That way the community can continue to build up our tactical knowledge together. Thanks for stopping by. See you in the next one.